I had an amazing conversation with a book doula today, and I found her so intriguing and so interesting. And I'm so excited to be sharing this podcast episode with you very soon. It was a very dynamic conversation, and it got me really inspired to come on here and communicate about my own wounds to wisdom to superpower story in the creation of my wounds to wisdom oracle deck. It really is like giving birth. It really does feel like I'm 8 months pregnant, 9 months pregnant, like getting ready to have the baby right now. And like I've had two children, so I know what that feels like. And it really does feel that way. And when you listen to the episode that's coming soon, you'll understand. We dive deep into what that means and why, and according to the chakras. And it was so my cup of tea, this conversation. Like I just felt like I'd known her for years, and the people that I have on my podcast I love anyways. So it was very inspiring, but I feel like I am very, very pregnant and getting ready to give birth. And we talked about, and she actually brought this up, that sometimes it's like we feel like we're in an egg. I have felt like I've been in a cocoon, and I've been telling everyone I'm cocooning. I'm going through a metamorphosis right now. I'm not the butterfly right now. I can't always, and this is a message to you that you're listening. You can't always be the butterfly. Like sometimes you need to be in the cocoon or the egg. She talked about an egg, and I thought that was such a cool metaphor because when you're in it, it feels like a wall. It feels like you're stuck. It feels like it's hard. It feels like it's dark and you can't see anything. And you're inside of an egg or a cocoon, and you're just like, right? And pregnancy is a bit like that. You're like, okay, can I just have the baby already? Like I enjoyed pregnancy, but there's a point in time where you are so big and wobbling about and it hurts. And you're like, okay, I think the baby's cooked now. I think I'm ready to give birth. Well, the same process applies to writing a book or an oracle deck. And in this case, I've written and completed two oracle decks. I'm a Gemini. I do things in twos. So, and that is, they're getting ready to go to print, and it's so exciting. And I'm also writing a book. And so that I'm in the process of that. And, the wounds to wisdom for me is I would not be doing any of this if it wasn't for the fact that I had some wounds. And in fact, I have a lot of them. But my wounds, all of them, have led me up to this point of who I am. And I really like and love who I am, by the way. Not in a narcissistic way, but in a like self-acceptance, self-love. Like it's taken a while, but I've really gotten to a place where I'm like, I wouldn't want to be anybody else. Like, I'm pretty cool. I like myself. I love myself. And the people that like and love me are amazing people because we attract one another. And, like energy attracts like energy. Birds of a feather, we fly together. And, we were flying in that conversation. So you definitely need to watch that podcast episode. But what it really alerted me to as we were having the conversation is how much I have personally transformed my wounds into my wisdom and the wisdom into my superpowers, and really like sitting in that, like fully sitting in it, in this place of my own priestess, oracle, healer, authorpreneur, like all of the different pieces and parts of me that have come together: author, speaker, mom, wife, friend, family member, the person, and all of the aspects and all the different facets of who I've cultivated into becoming my authentic self. I would not be here and who I am if it wasn't for all the hard times all the challenges, all the wounds, all the shadow, all the triggers, all of it has cultivated in me this fighting spirit, this resilience. And from that has come confidence and strength and joy, and has made me who I am. And the work that I'm doing in the world with my clients, with writing my books, with public speaking, it has all been birthed by my wounds. And so if you are listening to this right now and you feel broken inside, you feel sad, you feel grief, you feel not empowered, you feel like, oh, what is this life for? What is the meaning? What is the purpose? Because I know those wounds and that those hard times can really knock you back. It can make you feel like, oh, why am I here on this planet? And the thing of it is, we have all, and I 100% believe this, we have all chosen to be here. And these are incredible times. I know they're dark times. I know they're challenging times. Don't get me wrong. I don't have the rose-colored glasses on anymore. I took those off a long time ago. So I know it's challenging times, but we all chose to be here right now. And we get the choice. And we can, and I know this to be true because I've done it, we can transform our wounds into our wisdom. And being a wise woman or a wise man, a wise human, is a very powerful thing. And the wisdom, the wisdom of the pearl is the grit. The grit makes the pearl. Tempering the sword makes it sharp and strong. And that resilience and that fighting spirit can change this world for the better. So take this message of hope and inspiration and turn it into something wonderful, something beautiful. I believe this again, is that when you're aligned to your soul purpose, everything falls into place. When you're doing your soul purpose work or being on purpose, it means you're aligned to your pathway. And when you are in alignment with your soul calling, your mission, you're unstoppable. There's nothing you can't do because it's what you're supposed to do. And, I help people figure out what their soul path purpose is. I help people transform their wounds and whatever's blocking them and whatever's in their blind spot. And that's why it's really great to work with a coach or a teacher or counselor, someone that can see your blind spot, mirror it back to you so that you can grow and heal. You can't change if you don't see it. And this is the thing about beliefs, like the beliefs are the alphabet to our reality, our perception. So I am trained as a belief coach as well. I've got lots and lots of different trainings I've done throughout the years. But I love to help people get what they want. And I help people clear away and release what's no longer serving them so that they can manifest their most abundant life, a life beyond their wildest dreams. And I have done that. So I just wanted to come on here and say, I'm so excited. I'm getting ready to give birth to 2 incredible oracle decks, and it has been a spiritual journey. It has been so exciting, and I'm just over the moon excited about the whole thing and the podcast episode today that I'm going to be sharing with you soon. Stay tuned. It's a good one. But we talked about being in the solar plexus energy of giving the birth. And that is where I'm at right now, the editing and making sure everything's nicely aligned for the printers and dotting all my I's, crossing my T's, being in this place of power, getting ready to go down into the sacral, the water, because then I'm going to have to let go and birth it into the world. But it is exciting. And I just wanted to share some of my enthusiasm and share with you, like in a nutshell, that me transforming my wounds and my past into becoming the wise woman that I am means that I have been able to contribute back to this world in birthing the new paradigm, in birthing greater love, more compassion, more kindness. And if I had not been through what I've been through, I mean, I really believe we choose our birth family as well. And some of you are listening, you might go, oh, I didn't choose my birth family. I'm like, that's what I used to say. And now I know, I definitely know I did. And I'm so grateful to my birth family for all the lessons, all the mirrors, all of it, like the good, the bad, the unsavory, all of it has shaped me into who I've become. I always tell my clients, you don't grow, transform, and develop wisdom if you're sitting on an island drinking pina coladas and there aren't any challenges. That's not when you grow. You grow during the challenging times, through adversity, through heartbreak, through all of that. It tempers you and it grows you. And you also got to choose, though, how you decide to be with that grit, right? That grit can make a beautiful, beautiful, priceless pearl. But if you allow it to become like quicksand, it can pull you down too. So always make sure to reach out for support if you need it. Because if you are in quicksand, it's sometimes really hard to pull ourselves out. And look, a lot of us are really independent. I'm one of those independent types that don't feel like they need anyone. But now at 50 years old, I realize that when you can be strong enough within to ask for support and help, then you are very wise, actually. And you don't get pulled down by the quicksand. And then, because once you're really down in the quicksand, it's hard to come back out. So if you can get some guidance, get support, whether it's a therapist, a counselor, a clairvoyant. I've also got some really great freebies for you. There is a Wounds to Wisdom quiz where you can take this quiz and find out what your number one wound that is blocking you. That was really fun to make. And also a Wounds to Wisdom guidebook, and talks about the wounds that are blocking you from manifesting your most abundant life. So it's a really great little guidebook that I created. So the links will be down below for you to get your free gifts. And I'm also offering a 30-minute free soul purpose breakthrough session if you have not seen me before and this is your first time meeting me. So it's a bit of a connection call. We get to know each other, but I'll also do an oracle reading for you in that 30 minutes. But if you've seen me before and you're an existing client, this is just for new clients and one per person. And if you do pre-order Wounds to Wisdom Oracle, then you get a 30-minute free Wounds to Wisdom Oracle reading with me. And even if you've been an existing client, that will come with the Oracle deck. So I hope you enjoy your day. I hope you enjoyed this podcast episode, and I'm sending you so much love and Oracle blessings on your awakening journey.